New video. Today we're talking about Mullen Automotive, ticker MULN, 59 cents at the time of this video here. It's down around 1.4%. I guess you could say over the last 7 trading days or so, we were seeing Mullen in the green, kind of just going up. You can see here really since, what's the date on this? Really since 9/8. So I guess more so over the last 10 days, we had seen a rise in price. I mean, slowly but surely we saw Mullen have some positive price action here. It's consolidated a little bit here. Not too long ago was at 72 cents. Actually, I think this is market close on Friday, was at 72 cents. And you can see here now at 59 cents, so still under $1. We are obviously still waiting for just feedback, I guess, or news on that appeal that Mullen was submitting to the Nasdaq to remain, Nasdaq compliant. Obviously, it's still under $1 after the multiple reverse splits, et cetera. And I know David Michery and the Mullen team had submitted a appeal for the Nasdaq delisting notice. So again, I just wanted to go over a few things in regards to Mullen. Obviously, a stock I've covered extensively on this channel. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but let's just get right into it. So we are seeing Mullen here. Pretty consistent with its average trading volume, around 46 million currently, the 9th most heavily traded stock in the market today. We see David Michery put this tweet out earlier this morning that, I mean, this to me is some bullish news in my opinion. And again, we've seen bullish news to come out, or I guess quote unquote bullish news, or what should be bullish news. In regards to Mullen, we've seen it come out. You can see here Mullen receives IRS approval for federal EV tax credit on commercial vehicles effective September 14th. The company receives qualified manufacturer designation, enabling qualification for commercial EV federal tax credit up to $7,500 per vehicle. Now, we've talked about this before about how, Mullen is, a US-based company, right? Tesla's a US-based company as well. And we know Tesla has this federal tax EV credit that they offer to customers, which gives you essentially a tax credit the following year, or the year of doing your taxes, of $7,500 per vehicle. Now, I think this just legitimizes Mullen and its overall, stability as a company. And for it to get the IRS federal tax EV credit, I think is a positive for Mullen. You can see here, this is basically the qualifications for the vehicle, and to get this tax credit. You can see here, expired 1337 on Twitter tweets this: the IRS approved Mullen of an EV tax credit up to 7.5K. Nowhere does it state homologation is required for eligibility. The vehicles have to undergo final assembly in the US to be approved. That's all. Most, if not all, companies look to obtain this tax credit. So this isn't, like I said, this isn't like super beneficial in regards to like Mullen's financials or to Mullen's books or anything like that, but it does incentivize the customer more so to purchase a Mullen vehicle, or whoever, the company is purchasing Mullen vehicles or whatever it may be. There is a tax credit now, which I do think does benefit the customer, which in return, in the long run, benefits Mullen in its books. But then I wanted to just share this article here. This is on Market Beat, and again, take any article or anything. I do just need to reiterate this, that you see online in regards to any sort of stock, because at the end of the day, a lot of the information you see online or whatever it may be, right? It's an opinion, right? It's an opinion that someone has on a stock. Even this video, to a degree, is an opinion that I have on Mullen. And again, my opinion is that I'm bearish and I don't have a position on this stock anymore. But I do want to share this article because there is some interesting points here that are made. I'll put a link to this article in the description below of this video. So you can see your Mullen Automotive shares are beaten down but showing signs of a bottom. A growing number of orders and ramping production point to ramping revenue by year end. Short interest remains high and could cap gains in the near or short term regardless of revenue. So you can see here, short shares of Mullen have been beaten up over the last year for good reasons. The slow roll into production, massive dilution, and fears of undercapitalization have all taken its toll. But let's just go over what they say are 5 reasons why Mullen could be turning the corner. So it addresses short selling fights for Nasdaq review. Obviously, the lawsuit with the several major institutions, or several Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, and things like that. They've filed charges naming these dealers. Obviously, this could play a role. Shifts gears, starts buyback shares. We talked about this before. The share repurchase program. Repurchase began soon after the second reverse split and have tallied more than 5.5 million in shares since. We know David Michery is buying back shares as well. Production of the Class 3 truck has begun. Production may ramp up to a maximum by end of year, open a significant revenue stream for the business. MSRP is 68,500, more than 200 million per year at 3,000 vehicles annually, which is, I mean, for I think I don't know how it like stacks up against other manufacturers or car manufacturers, specifically EVs, but 200 million per year at 3,000 vehicles annually seems somewhat attainable for only 3,000 vehicles a year. I mean, that's something that I feel like Mullen could actually do, right? Mullen Automotive is gaining momentum. August open house resulted in at least one truck order and more expected. The August order is from NRTC Automation, an industrial manufacturer and automation service specialist, good for 3 trucks, etc., etc. And it's expanding into the battery technology. We know that they had an acquisition of Romeo Power, which I think is kind of, again, not, I don't want to say underrated, but it was a move that Mullen made that obviously it was a PR move and things like that, or it made PR news. But I definitely think long term, has the potential to really help Mullen moving forward. You can see here the assets were purchased for only 3.5 million, a small sum given the opportunity to improve operations at the Monrovia, California facility. All right, so Mullen will move the assembly line equipment, IP, and inventory to that facility to expand capacity and then reduce costs in building these batteries in-house. Lots of things to like, I think, in my opinion, from that. But again, we see Mullen continuing to be under 60 cents even today, well under $1 as well. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens, when that NASDAQ, I guess, appeal decision comes back as far as whether or not Mullen is going to even have an opportunity to stay listed on the NASDAQ. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about Mullen currently. Just wanted to make this video to share all this kind of newsworthy things with you guys. Drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and as always, you guys have a great day.